Hello, how are you? Sitting here on daily basis, mostly once a week really, it gives me lots and lots of joy because at the end of 1 hour would have been taking care of something very critical. And for me, nothing is as critical as life. Now, God is the giver of life. He also helps us to maintain it. But the thing about life is God has given us freedom, to think, to behave, and a whole lot of other things together. So if you want your life to be running smooth, you also need to play your own part. Do your needful. And doing needful is not just waking up, eating, and going about your business. It also includes you loving yourself, self-love. And that self-love can be replicated in several ways. One of them is physical maintenance. Yes, just like the cars, we go out, maintain our car. So we also go out and maintain our body. What's all my talk about? Healthy weight management. We started this conversation last week. We'll be continuing with it again today, and we still have the man in the house, but the ladies change. Let me not empty. Let's leave them introduce themselves. Hello, that's the capital of Cameroon, but your real name for sure.
Good morning. My name is Diwande Oluwajobi.
Okay, and
hi. Good morning. My name is Sisilade Adejobi Olagoke.
Titilayo, I know you like to talk, but today you're trying to behave as if you don't talk. Did you work out today?
No.
Did you work out today?
No, I didn't.
Okay. Let me see.
Dr. Mbamaluchibike, I actually worked out today.
Oh, you did? Chop knuckle. Bam. I did my own too.
Yeah.
So, but before we finish, we'll put two of you on a treadmill. I don't know. Somehow, a treadmill manufacturer will put you there and you work out for 2 hours for your punishment. All right. I guess you just tell us you were very busy.
Mind.
You wouldn't mind?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Now, I told you last week we started this conversation, and within that period, a lot of things, came up. Let's see our takeaways from last week. Then we continue.
Take out from last week on Conversations. Before starting exercise for the first time, it is important you see your doctor for checks and approval. Everyone can and should exercise. Pregnant women should exercise, but with close supervision by the gynecologist. To exercise well, we must ensure we wear the right clothing and the right shoes for comfort. It takes energy to burn energy, so before exercising, we should take light meals like bananas, mangoes, and so forth. But we must carefully avoid energy or carbonated drinks. We need to exercise at least 30 minutes, 5 days in a week. Never forget, 5 minutes stretching before exercise and 5 minutes stretching afterwards to avoid muscular pain.
Nothing I'm afraid of, and I can have it all. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, that's a bit of what happened here last week, and a lot of people asked question. I recall the woman who asked just before we closed down. I tried to take it because of time, but I promised her we're going to take off with her own question. She was asking me about breast firming exercises, and I remember we just glossed over it. Can you help us with that?
Okay, when it comes to breast firming exercises, there are several exercises that should be considered. One is, you talked about, I remember you talking about pectoralis major, yes. Trying to strengthen your pectoralis major. That's very nice. It's part of it. It helps in breast lifting. Then, as well, most times...
Maybe you could do a bit of description for them, because if you need to, like I remember the one...
There are some machine, or you can use an ordinary dumbbell to just do this. So, but there are machines that are in the gym that you try to pull.
Okay, those multiple trainers.
Yes, you try to pull. You can pull up, you can pull
By the side.
Yes, that will
I
help.
thought that particular machine is for people that want to go muscle, the big muscles they do like on the side.
No. It helps to work on the pectoralis major.
Oh,
Okay.
Thanks for that.
It's very important.
Okay.
Then something like once you're not wearing, if you're always wearing bra,
Bra.
Okay.
that will help the breast not to always go down.
Okay.
Very important. So the kind of clothes you wear matters a lot. You understand?
Wow.
It will help.
So all
in
those
lifting the breast.
lifting breasts
Yes.
bras.
Then the normal cardio exercises that you do generally help in walking all
Every
over your
part.
body, every part of your body. So that will help.
The cardio includes
Even jogging,
jogging. Okay.
walking, brisk walking, normal walking, dancing, cycling. It makes you to sweat all over and helps to kind of firm or tone up your body. Then apart from that, if you're doing some strengthening exercises, like I help to tone up your body, just like the one I just mentioned, that will help you.
That will help
Yeah.
it. Okay.
Yes.
Can a nursing mother really do this? Because a lot of times when we put to bed, it's like the whole thing just fills up
Nursing
everywhere.
mothers, there is no exceptions when it comes to exercise. They can do it and do it perfectly
Okay.
well. Yes.
Okay, so nursing mothers can begin to do those.
Immediately.
So that the-
some days.
Yes, they can immediately.
Okay.
It doesn't affect.
Of
it doesn't-
somebody that just went through cesarean birth and has to do that.
That's the exception.
Okay.
That's the
Okay.
exception. After cesarean section, you shouldn't embark on very serious, intensive exercises yet because the wound hasn't healed. So you have to give it some time until it heals completely, both from the inside, no more feeling the pain. Then you can engage
Then
yourself
can
in
you
this
specify how many weeks or days it's for it to be easy for the person to do the
To start
exercise?
the exercises.
after cesarean section.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it's your doctor.
No. The truth is that when it comes to wound healing, it varies from person to person.
Yeah, right.
So, if you're no more feeling the pain,
Pain.
it means that it has healed from the inside.
Okay.
But the outside might cover, but the inside hasn't healed. You're still feeling the pain. So you shouldn't engage yourself in any tummy exercises that can help to kind of cause more further pain for you.
Okay, so somebody says again, part of last week here, questions. Good morning, doctors. My mother, at the age of 40, she had stroke. Please advise what type of exercise she should do. So exercise for the stroke, persons.
Let me delve in a little bit in what happens when stroke happens, when stroke actually happens to anybody or occurs. Some part of the brain cells are dead. Once it happens, some part of the brain cells are dead. So the brain cells that, like in the brain, the right side controls, right part of the brain controls the left part of the body. Left part of the brain controls the right part of the body. So most of the times, if the left side is affected, left brain is affected, it can affect the speech box. You will not be able to talk or talk well.
Okay, that's
You're
the
having
people that have
slurred
a
speech.
slurring speech, okay?
Yeah, so that happens. So when stroke happens to someone, some part of the brain cells are dead, but the way God designed the human body in such a way that they have some brain cells that are not doing the optimal function. They can pick up other function. So when you meet your
That's
physiotherapist,
like spare parts.
just like spare parts. So what the physiotherapist will do is to try to perform the right movement that will be sending in pulses. If you remember, in our modern biology, there's what we call structure of a neuron. You have the
Neurons,
yes,
okay, yeah.
you have the dendron, you have the dendrites, you have the myelin sheath, you have the cytoplasm, you have the nucleus, you have the afferent pathway, you have the efferent pathway. So the physiotherapy, when stroke happens, in the joints there are what we call receptors, but professionally we call it proprioceptors. That part of the body looks paralyzed, as if you are not feeling that part of the body is existing.
Like blood is not flowing
Yes.
there anymore.
You will feel like it's not existing. So, but in the joints, those proprioceptors are not dead. So we do a particular kind of movement, call it passive mobilization.
That's when the person is doing physio.
Yes.
Okay.
So we do particular movement, we call it passive mobilization. So we are moving each and every one of the joint that is affected. So when moving it, we are sending impulses through the afferent pathway to the brain. The brain, the brain cells are not taking much function will now be getting information that this part of the body is still existing.
Okay.
So before you know it, the brain will record the information and start giving commands through the efferent pathway to the effectors, which are the muscles.
Okay.
So before you know it, you now start seeing some little movements.
Then it starts picking up.
Yes. So once a physiotherapist starts seeing that little movement, we're already winning. That's the time we now leverage on that little movement and keep firing and firing to strengthen the weak muscles.
Okay.
They will pick up, and that particular dormant brain cells that are not doing much work will now take up the function of the dead ones.
Okay.
Yeah. So the brain is just like
so
a CPU.
beyond,
What you garbage in is what you garbage out.
What I pick up from there is like when your vehicle spoils and the part is dead, you go out to the spare parts place and buy a spare part and come
Are
back.
you telling the person to go to a physiotherapist? Or is there any exercise they can do for her
Actually,
to help her?
Okay, wonderful question. I usually advise people to go to a physiotherapist. Why? When you feed the brain with wrong exercises, the brain will record it and start giving instructions to perform those wrong exercises. But when you meet a professional, remember that no two patients are the same. So I can't just come out and tell you, this is the exercise you must be doing. It's when I assess you professionally, I will now say, okay, this exercise is good for you. The exercise that is good for Mr. A might not be good for Mr. A.
Sure.
You understand? So I will plan your exercise based on what I've seen or based on your presentation.
All right, so the person that asked the question, I hope you're listening. There are a lot of exercises for you to, engage your mom in, but it's better you seek the services of the physiotherapist, to guide you properly so you don't make the mistake. But I see what is on the table. Thank you for that. I know that. Do you use tummy trimmer?
I used to.
Not they say it's waist trainer.
Waist
Yes,
trainer.
You used to.
Yeah.
Do you use it?
I do. Once in a while.
Once in a while.
Before the end of the day, I feel like, oh my God, am I not dying already? Because it's always very tight, and I feel like, oh, my stomach.
Or when you eat too much.
Or when
you're
you eat
trying
too
to-
much.
you don't
So
want-
most times when I wear a waist trainer, I try as much as possible not to eat much, so that I won't feel pains.
And then you still be hungry,
I don't have option.
You're listening to all this. Now, does waist trainer really do any kind of training, and what are the side effects?
Actually, I usually advise women, don't wear it at all.
Could you just show us a bit of it? I know
How will
there's.
I maintain my figure eight if I'm not wearing a waist trainer?
Okay. This thing has more side effects
Okay.
than its importance.
Really?
Yeah.
Like,
When you wear it, it tightens your stomach.
okay.
One, it can cause dehydration around that area. If you watch, anytime you wear it, you notice that if you wear it for some time, you notice that there are sweats
Sure.
That's
under
it.
it.
Inside.
It reduces the amount of water around that your system, and that your system area is where that houses your organs.
Wow.
So
Wow.
there could be some electrolyte imbalance due to the fact that you are losing water.
Okay.
Two, when you wear this for a long time, it causes numbness, can cause blood clotting. So you can occlude blood circulation around the tummy area.
Okay.
So once there is occlusion of blood around that area, it can clot. And if it clots, it's enough to kill. If it goes to your lungs, it becomes pulmonary embolism.
Okay.
Patient can die there. If it goes to your brain, that blood clot can cause stroke right there.
Wow.
So I wonder why people wear it.
Doc,
That's
I'm
not
kind of scared.
that's
Doctor, I want to put this question to you that for those people that wear this thing and go to the gym,
I noticed suddenly you said for those people. Before you were part of it, oh.
What happened to you?
I changed my mind. I changed my mind like a huge migrating from
from
So
you to
the
those
people
people.
that wear it now, not we that wear
Okay,
it.
sorry. We
We
and those that
and
wear
those that wear
it
it.
together.
Okay.
What if we wear it or they wear it and we go to the gym and we exercise?
I see
Does it
people
mean the
working out
side
with
effect
it.
is
Okay.
still there?
And
Okay.
they wear it out like just casual dressing. They are dressed up, but they still tie it around.
Okay.
But I'm talking about the people that wear it and go to the gym.
It depends on why they are wearing it.
Okay.
Physiotherapists
That's
can
quite
recommend this, especially the one designed for back pain.
Oh, okay.
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 So if you are having back pain and you want to engage in some activities and possibly maybe your spine is not stable enough, we recommend that you wear it to give some level of stability to your spine. But a situation when we don't encourage people to wear it while exercising, because it reduces the level of muscle contraction on your spine, the core muscles holding the spine. And once you wear this for a long time, it weakens your core muscles. And once your core muscles are weakened, your spine is exposed. You are prone to having back pain. So we encourage people to wear it when the pain is excessive. You wear it when the pain, then while you are doing some physiotherapy to strengthen your core muscles, we try to recommend that you remove it as fast as possible. We as well recommend it when somebody has underwent spine surgery. So we usually encourage people, make sure whenever you are walking, whenever you are sitting, wear this, but not to exceed 6 hours at a stretch. After 3 months, we encourage the person to try to drop it.
Wow.
Because if you keep wearing it, you are weakening your core muscles. So
There's
it has several disadvantages. It has several. Apart from that, when you wear it, it can displace your organs position.
There's a very important one.
Okay.
When people wear this thing, I've heard this. I had some people say it can actually spoil your womb.
Yes.
So grandchildren will not come again.
It
Please,
will
ladies, I'm
tighten.
begging you people.
It will tighten
Tummy-
your colon, your liver, your small intestines.
Waist trainer.
Yes, even digest. Even anytime you wear it, you notice that you don't breathe well.
And you can't even eat.
You can't eat.
There
cannot
was
eat.
there was an incident that actually happened. I went somewhere that's around in one Asian country. A woman fainted. What happened? She was wearing waist trainer.
Okay.
So it has more disadvantages than advantages. So if you can
The
avoid
best
it,
bet will still remain to do tummy
What kind
trimming.
of
the
exercises?
tummy trimming when
Exercise.
you're talking about trying to kind of maintain a healthy weight or maintain a flat tummy or regain your flat tummy, it starts with what you eat.
Okay.
When you eat it, the quantity of food that you eat. So if you're eating by 7 p.m., 2 hours before you sleep, you're not helping yourself. Unlike yesterday, something actually happened. I came back home late. So, but what was prepared for me to eat was gari. I was like, no, I didn't eat. What I just did was, I only licked the soup and ate my gari egg and slept off. I'm okay.
Please,
So
next
once
time
it is
invite
7,
us, we'll
I
come and help you finish the
don't eat anymore.
Trust
So
me,
that
I'll
is
help you
the
finish
ideal.
Gary, okay.
2, if you've been eating, the quantity of food that you've been eating, and you notice that you are getting fat, you're increasing in weight, we don't like calling people that you are fat.
You say you are big.
Yeah. You are considered to be on the high side.
You are big.
She's well endowed.
So what we advise people to do is reduce the quantity of food that you eat. Then if you divide it into 2, you keep half. Then the remaining half, still dividing into 4. 2 portions can be vegetable.
Okay.
1 portion can be protein, and 1 portion can be carbohydrate. So if you are eating more of food actually high in carbs, expect to be adding the more. Especially when you've gotten to the age of 40.
Okay.
Like I explained the last time, at 30 years, you start losing muscle mass. That's when aging starts. At 40, the hormonal level in your system drops. thereby reducing your metabolic rate. So by the time you see yourself that you're not as strong as you used to be, what's actually happening? That's when you require strength training. So by that time, since you don't have, you're losing muscle mass, whatever food you eat, there is reduced metabolism in your system. So now the food will be stored in your system. The muscles are not much again to absorb what you're eating. So that's when you need more activity. So you need to be doing more of cardio. Like when you're talking, this topic is about physical fitness. If you're checking the components of physical fitness, talk about the cardiovascular endurance. The cardiovascular endurance is you being able to perform a particular exercise that is like jogging for up to 12 minutes. We use Cooper run test to do that, or you can do step test. The step test, if you're able to do stepping on the step and down, stepping on the step and for 5 minutes, that is step test. If you can do that for 5 minutes, then you're cardiovascular fit. Cardiovascular
Then
fit.
if I can jog for
If you
12
can jog
minutes,
for 12 minutes
non-stop.
non-stop.
Okay,
Then-
walk or maybe on a treadmill, for instance.
Yes.
Or walking briskly.
Brisk
What-
walking.
So, and if I'm on a treadmill, what
Yeah.
speed? Because there are different kinds of this thing. There is this lazy treadmill thing.
Yeah.
And then the fast one.
You know, the speed varies based on your step length,
Yes,
based on your height.
exactly.
If you get a child now and put a treadmill, put it in 2 or 3,
That would be heavy.
that can be very heavy for the child. So it varies from person to person. If you are very tall,
You need
where
to
somebody
longer.
that is short is jogging, the person that is tall can just be walking.
And I find that thing annoying.
So, doctor,
Yeah.
where you are walking,
Yeah.
obviously I am racing.
We know you are brief.
Yes, I am brief, you know.
Another component of physical fitness is flexibility. Flexibility, many people usually forget that. They will just go and do aerobic exercises, jog around, they can do strength training, carrying weights. They forget to do stretches to their muscle. And once you're approaching 40, 50, 60,
a lot of stretching.
70, that's when you need it most. Even at 70, if you can be doing it daily, that's the recommendation. But if you can't do it daily, do it at least 3 times a week. We have another type called muscular strength. The muscular strength, these are components of physical fitness, is when you now begin to lift weight. You can have the strength to lift
Like the dumbbell?
you can have the strength to lift this, but you might not have the strength to continue lifting it, sustaining it. That is where muscular endurance comes in.
Somebody told me that, like, I'm doing this thing. I usually, when I started, really, I wasn't able to control the movement, so I'll just go like this and then it would drop.
Okay.
He told me it was wrong. Is
Yes.
I should be able to control
You
it?
should be able to control it.
Okay.
The slower you go, the more effective
It is.
it is.
Okay.
So that is where you are building your endurance.
Okay.
You can lift a weight very fast,
Okay.
but if you want to build endurance,
You
you can
lift it
take it
slowly.
The
Wow.
muscular endurance comes in. Another component of physical fitness is body fat composition. For men, if you want to know whether if you are fit when it comes to body fat percentage, if it is less than 17%, you are fit.
Less than 70%. How do I
17%.
calculate that?
No, they have body fat analyzers.
Okay.
So-
That is not the same thing as the BMI.
No, it's not the same thing as men.
Okay.
So, if for women, if it is less than 24, they are fit when it comes to the body fat. But averagely, if you are not an exercise person, they usually, for women, it's usually between 25 and 31%. And for men, it's usually between 18 and 24.
Okay. All right. Now, I want to move it a little bit. You mentioned as you get older, you need to do this and do that. And we all know generally, they say the higher you go, the hotter it becomes. A lot of people, when they are young, they are more vibrant. A lot of people, when they are young, they have less responsibility. As you go older, even in the civil service, you find yourself, instead of doing 8 hours, you're doing 10 hours. Instead of doing this, you're doing maybe 12 hours, and you're working extra hours. Now, I'd like to know, for very busy women, out there, how can they inculcate exercise, within their work hours? What can we do to work out more?
Okay. When it comes to that, everybody is busy.
Everybody's busy, right?
There is no exception.
Okay.
If you want 1,001 reasons why you shouldn't exercise, they are out there waiting for you. I can just use because it's cold, I don't want to exercise. It's too hot, I don't want to exercise.
I work from Monday to Friday, I need to rest.
So what is the difference between those that exercise and those that don't exercise? Are you the only person that has a job, a full-time job? Are you the only person that has a family? Are you the only person that has a home to take care of? Are you the only person that has children? Are you the only person that does house chores? Are you the only person that does laundry?
Doing house chores is exercise.
It's not.
It's not an exercise. It's a physical activity. There is a difference between physical activity and exercise. Physical activity is any bodily movement that is carried out by skeletal muscle that requires energy expenditure. While exercise is a form of physical activity that is planned, that is repetitive, that is structured, that is intentional, with a target of health. There must be a health goal attached to it. That's different between physical activity and exercise. So if you are cooking, it's a physical activity.
Doctor, what if I go to the market in the morning and I walk throughout, for like, let's say 3 hours in the market? So it means I'm not actually exercising.
You're just doing physical activity.
But I don't even believe you can walk for 3 hours. When you're in the market, you know what I do? I try to put the step counter, calorie counter. I go to the market. The same 3 hours. When I come out, I've just expended like 2,000 steps or thereabout, because you're stopping, talking with a customer and all that. So it's not really working out. But the same 3 hours, share it into 4 places even, and to go to your treadmill and walk, you see you do more than 8,000 steps. So that's simply to tell you that going around the market is not exercise. Like you said, I want to believe
let me still put something straight. Physical activity is good.
It's
very, very good. So rather than being sedentary. So, but if you can now make it to be an exercise program, it has better health benefits.
So, doctor, I should be going to the market every Saturday, huh?
That's not an exercise. It can be a stress.
For those who still go to plazas, sometimes when I check my targets for the day, if I haven't really met up, I close work, I go into a shopping mall. Rather than use the elevator or escalator and all of that, I do the staircase. But I'll just make sure that probably in the car I have some loafers to remove the high heels. So I do the staircase, even if it's 4-story building. I go up there, do my thing, come back. By the time you come back, you're actually sweating. It's fun. And then a lot of times too, you buy a few things. Some of the people want to help you. I tell them thank you very much. Especially if he has a bit of weight, I make sure maybe I have 2 kg on this side, 2 kg on this side, and I lift it. I don't carry it this way. I try to carry this way. So that way I have that, you call it endurance. I don't even know. So, because I know I don't want to build all those Christian hands.
Okay. Let me still, you asked about the CEOs that don't have time. So the difference between those that exercise and those that don't exercise is that those that exercise have understood the importance of exercise, the benefits of exercises. So usually there is no time except when you create time.
Exactly.
You must create time. So you can decide, like if you're a CEO of a company, you must create time for your health. You must, because your time is determined by you, by yourself. It's not determined by anybody. So, but even when you're working for someone, you can decide, okay, if I'm going to work, I'm going with my exercise clothes.
Thank you.
Okay.
From work, I move straight to the
To
gym.
the gym.
You can make up your mind, okay, I know I'm very tired. Let me just target and do 10 minutes. By the time you get to the gym, if you do 10 minutes, you notice that you're not tired.
Okay.
You continue.
You continue.
You do another 10 minutes, you see that you're not tired. Then you spend 20 minutes and you do another 10 minutes, that's 30 minutes, which is recommended.
I know someone who lives a little bit off town, says there's a bit of traffic going home at closing hour. So but almost every evening, he comes out, pulls his cock shoes, wear the sneakers, and I see him around here. He'll walk around this place. One day I decided to do round too. By the time I made a complete circle, it was 1 kilometer. So, and this person does that like 3 or 4 times. So that's a lot of work, you know, and he's using his time well. By the time he's going home, the traffic gridlock is off, and then he has exercise. He'll just go home and shower. And then, speaking of that, you made something that cost me. I remember this guy, Tony Elimelu. You know, he is one CEO I admire, because he's always flexing his muscles. He is always working out, and he doesn't care. You see him, he does competition with very young people, and he's a CEO, big one. So like you said, it's what you call, you know, importance that becomes important
Apart
to
from
you.
that, let me say, you know, if you can wake up, what I do, once I wake up, before my wife or my son wakes up, I already started engaging myself in exercise. Then apart from that, you can decide to, if you have a partner, people can have an agreement that once it is 5 a.m., we must exercise for 30 minutes. So if you are scared because of the security situation in the country, try and get a treadmill in your house. Get a stationary bike in your house. So as a woman, if you are walking on a treadmill, your husband can be riding a stationary bike. The next day, you can switch. And you get the same health benefits.
You can even dance together.
You can dance together,
you know,
with family dance.
I love to dance.
Yeah,
so I think I prefer dancing. Among all these exercises, I think I choose to dance.
Yeah.
Dancing
you
is
do the
good,
one
really.
that interests you.
Yes.
So if you know the exercise, there are some exercises that actually stress. I didn't want to mention that, but there's some exercises, anything you are doing, you're not happy. As if you are being flogged, you must do this.
I can go 1 hour anyway.
Becomes
You
I
can dance
go
for
1
1
hour.
hour.
so find out
Yes,
what you
that's
love,
it.
the exercise you
It's
love.
fun. I
Just
love
engage
it.
in
I'm
exercise.
listening to the music.
I think I
love
picked
a
that
lot.
one.
Okay.
Before you ask your question, I want to go back to the waist trainer. For somebody that just puts to bed, is it normal or is it healthy for the person?
It's not healthy for the person. Yeah.
All right, so I'm still on waist trainer, doctor. Somebody is still asking the same question. He said, "Good morning, thank you for this. I'd like to know if it's good to wear the waist trainer after eating." That's
One
you can't.
one is that
You can't.
if you are sleeping, you're not meant to wear it.
Okay.
If you are eating, you're not meant to wear it. And after you just finish eating, you're not meant to wear it. You must give some time
For the thing to
before
relax.
you can.
Otherwise, I think you.
If this thing can kill, it has killed several patients.
Wow.
Really?
Yes, I had a
I'm
patient
still looking at it. This plastic.
I had a patient that wore it and flew all the way from India and came in. He had blood clots, 2 at the right side and 1 at the left. So a doctor invited me to come and help. That the man was having swelling. I just got there. Meanwhile, I saw
It was even a man.
it was a man.
What was he looking for?
His own, he went for spine surgery. So
Oh.
he wore it more than 13 hours. And now caused blood clots. So when I got there, I was like, I said, "Sir, I can't touch you." He said, "Why can't I touch him? It's just, he's feeling like if I just massage him, he will be okay." I said, "Sorry, sir, I can't. That you should go to hospital. Let's use Doppler or to test for blood clots." By the time they tested for blood clots, they saw 2 here and 1 here. So unfortunately for him, he went to National Hospital and something actually happened. He was mismanaged. The blood clot dislodged. He died.
Hey, no. Waist trainer, no.
So if you just try and avoid it if you can.
Oh,
It's a
all right.
no-no.
So
Well,
how do I
listen.
make my tummy go down?
You
without
do
going-
sit up and mind what you eat.
Okay.
You just said it already.
For women, what you need to start when you need to start looking forward to a kind of making sure you maintain your flat tummy is before you become pregnant. You
Okay.
start some abdominal training.
Okay.
Develop an exercise habit. Even when you are pregnant, there are still some exercises you are meant to be doing.
Yes.
Both pilot exercise, Kegel exercise, abdominal exercise, which you can do in the first trimester. In second trimester, third trimester, they have different exercises that are ideal for such person. So by the time you now deliver, you continue with your exercise again. And you as well watch what you eat when you eat it. And
You know, when you are breastfeeding, there is this tendency for you to keep
You want to
eating,
eat
eating,
more.
eating, and eating.
fantastic. We have professionals that are dietitians. It is always good for you to always. Those people didn't go to school for nothing. But most times we believe that we know it all.
Sure.
Consult your dietitian. They'll be able to guide you. They will know the food that if you eat, it will help to give much nutrients to the baby without making you fat. So consult them. That's why we have professionals.
And don't forget, we have cravings too. I might be craving for shawarma, Hollandia yogurt. And you know, when I get there, I will just sit there and everything.
Yeah, you need to-
Yes, personal experience,
Yeah.
you know.
You're speaking
Yeah.
from your personal experience.
Yes.
That one, that very one, I wouldn't like to go too deep into that. Is where the principles of leptin, there is a particular hormone called leptin. So when the leptin level is high, it makes you to crave to eat. So, but when you meet your dietitian, can advise you on some food that can help to slow down the level of leptin.
You know, a lot
Excellent.
of things we eat, like we talk about ice cream. I think there's keto ice cream for weight managers, you know, where people, you can also make your own ice cream using your fruits, you know, and store it up. At the end of the day, it helps you. When you have that craving, it's like those who smoke. When they are taking it away from you, there is something they give you to substitute. I'm not sure, but it gives you, it sends signal to your brain you're still taking the nicotine, but at the end of the day you're not exactly
Yes,
doing that.
yes.
So while you're having your cravings, go for there's always an alternative. Instead of ice cream, you can go for yogurt. You know, the basic thing is it's taken care of. Okay, let's see and play a little bit more with our guests at home. Good morning, crew, and thank you, Dr. Chibike, for the wonderful enlightenment. Please, what is the cause of back pain from the neck to the waist and joint pain? What exercises one will do to ameliorate that? We're not consulting, but go ahead.
When it comes to back pain, there are so many things, or neck pain, there are so many things that can cause it. It can be posture. Like now, in our era, we make use of phones.
Yeah.
So whenever you are pressing phone, your neck is this way.
Yeah.
So we're expecting more
I saw
people to
someone
have,
like that. He was doing like this.
we're expecting more people to have neck pains
Wow.
as the time goes. We make use of laptops.
So we should raise it up.
Yes. So
You know,
most
raise
times
it, raise
we
the
don't-
phone like this.
Yes.
Okay.
So most times we don't adopt a good posture
Okay.
when pressing the laptop or when using our phones. That can predispose you.
Okay.
Tumor can predispose you to having back pain or having neck pain. So your lifestyle matters a lot. So, but when you're having back pain, the best thing you need to do, you can see a physiotherapist or see an orthopedic doctor or a spine doctor
Or
or a
even start with your
neurosurgeon.
general doctor.
So from there, they will find out the causes. It could be because of the fact that you are having muscle spasm. You are not doing stretches. You always sit down for a long time. Your muscles will begin to tighten up. That's where flexibility exercises comes in. So by the time you do some flexibility exercises, it relaxes the muscles, and the back pain can disappear. If you're always sitting slouched, in a slouch position, it can help. It can cause you to kind of lose your lordotic curvature. There's a curve at the back, at the low back. So if you're always sitting wrongly, or you're not making use of proper chair, you are predisposing yourself to having back pain.
So she asked about the exercises we can do.
The exercises.
I just mentioned stretches.
Stretches,
Okay.
very good. Core stability exercises that can help to strengthen the abdominal muscles and your back muscles will help. So, but I usually advise people, if you're having back pain, find out the cause.
First.
See your physiotherapist. They can recommend, okay, go for an MRI, go for an X-ray. We'll find out what is actually happening. That will help to now tailor down the exercise that is good for you. There are several exercises that are good for back pain for different people. If you're having back pain, I'm having back pain, I can do a particular exercise that is good for me, and if you do the same thing, it is bad for you.
That's even worse. Okay.
So if, like, let me use this issue of lordotic curvature that I mentioned. If you are having a flat back, your lumbar lordosis is lost, and another person is having a pronounced lumbar lordosis, especially like pregnant women, the way they stand, they usually, the hip, there's a way it usually goes. So they usually have pronounced lumbar lordosis. So that can cause them pain. So someone that has reduced lumbar lordosis and someone that has increased lumbar lordosis can't do the same exercise.
That's good.
So
Which is why the pregnant women are advised to wear low heels instead of high heels.
Yes.
All right, more questions here. Doctor, please, what quantity of food should a man at 60 years take? I trek daily as an exercise, but it's affecting my waist. What should I do? I'm 60 years old, Elder Ike1 Abuchi from Mpa in Bende. This man is a regular customer. Elder, I greet you.
Elder, I will advise you to see your physiotherapist. But that's notwithstanding, if you're walking and you're having pain, you might need some core stability exercises. So, but when you see a physiotherapist who will examine you and find out the type of core stability exercises that are good for you to avoid worsening your condition. The second question he asked was?
He says
Quantity
the
of food.
No, the type of food and quantity, I think.
Okay. One, at that age, you need the food that are actually low in carbohydrates, low in fats. So he will require food that can encourage increased metabolic rate.
Doctor, you know, when you're talking, like me now, I don't go school. I like it by example.
Okay.
You know.
If he's taking antioxidants like garden egg,
Okay.
very good. Garden egg leaves, very wonderful.
I remember, and it's actually
Cucumber,
sweet.
very nice. That will help his system. Watermelon, very nice. So he can reduce the quantity of food he eats and using fruits and vegetables. That will help to increase the metabolic rate in the system. Because at that age, the metabolism has slowed down.
Doctor, what about vegetables?
I said it. Very, very good.
Like what type of vegetable? Can he take any vegetable?
You can take,
like?
to the best of my knowledge.
Okay.
So, but you can take any vegetable. But if he wants more clearance on that, you can see a dietitian.
Okay, nice one. Let's continue reading some of the. It says, "Good day, doctor, presenter, and everyone. My wife delivered through cesarean birth. It's not up to 3 months, and she wants to use the waist trainer. What do I do?"
If she
Seize
can,
it.
if she can. You see, the truth is that I know I'm in the midst of ladies, but when it comes to home, the ladies are the owners of the home. I give them kudos to that. So
Yeah,
you
trying to play safe.
No, there is no way a man can go and see it. There will be problem in the house.
You can just hide
So
it.
they can find a way. If you hide it, you buy another one for her. You can find a way to kind of let her understand the side effects. Browse it. It's online. The side effects of waist trainers.
But
Show
what
her.
if she is not saying the side effects, but she just
She
wants
just
that
wants her-
flat,
she wants her
solid
normal
One is
toilet.
that. One is that. Who is she trying to impress?
The husband,
Nah.
The
of course.
husband. And the husband is not bothered. So
Well, do you think you get bothered about it?
no. If the husband is not bothered, then there is no need, except if he's trying to impress the world.
Anyway, I think generally
The husband can as well take the
What
woman
if she's trying to impress herself?
to the gym. Both of them should start exercising.
That's what I was just going to say. The basic thing, like you put in, I don't think we should be, managing our weight because we want to impress somebody, even though it's nice to have somebody tell you, oh, you look good. But I think we should generally do it because we want to stay healthy for the people we love and the people that love us. Because if you're healthy, you're better able to take care of your husband and your children and your friends too. So that should be the basic thing. And if we look at it from that angle, we'll get it right. All right, doctor, someone is asking, I don't know which one is pelvic floor exercise, but he's asking whether it's good enough.
It's very good,
Okay.
especially for ladies
Yeah.
and as well expectant mothers.
What does it do?
The pelvic exercise can be regarded as Kegel exercise.
Oh, okay.
The Kegel exercise is the exercise that you do that strengthens the muscles of the pelvis area. So it will help the woman during delivery. You'll be able to push. So if, remember, one of the importance of exercise and doing the right exercises, especially for expectant mothers, is that it will help them for safe delivery. So it can help to reduce the rate at which they go for cesarean section. You have strength to push. So it's very good.
That's interesting. Now, how long ago did you work out last? Been a while. So what's
But
the
then I
problem?
danced yesterday.
You danced yesterday.
How
For
long? How many minutes?
10-15.
Which you know is not enough.
10, 15. That's not enough. Okay, Titi, you're bending down. You don't want to test it.
Because I can't even remember the last time I exercised. But recently, I had to walk from somewhere around this Sokale to my house, and it's a bit far. When I called my husband and said, I'm walking, he said, oh my God, there's going to be problem in this house today. This one that you have to walk for like a very long time. I said, okay, don't worry, when I get up. Then I noticed that before that time, prior to that time, I used to have knee pains. Then that day, I got home, I had my bath, I took shower with warm water. The next day, I felt relieved. I felt the muscles in my knees were, they were working the way they should work. But I've not tried it since then. And I think I need to do it.
You do it today?
Yes, I would. No.
Okay.
I did not prepare for it today. I did not prepare for it.
What's the correlation between the knee pain and the walk?
Okay. When you're walking, there is a mechanical movement on your knee. So your knee is bending, it's relaxing, it's bending, it's relaxing. So that mechanical movement, if you did physics in secondary school, anything heat is being applied on, there is expansion. Anything cold is being applied on, there is contraction. In human physiology, that mechanical movement is converted to heat energy. So there is heat which will cause vasodilation of the vessels around there, increasing more blood circulation around that knee. So those metabolites that are causing pains can be flushed out.
So you feel
That is one.
I should walk
You
more.
not that you I feel it is better for you to. It's necessary, very necessary. If you want to live longer, live healthy.
Okay, I think that's
Then you need to
live
stop.
longer. Since there is a pot there, live longer.
And
I
live
will
healthy.
start to. Okay,
So, and
healthy.
apart from that, due to the muscle contraction
Okay.
of the knee, it strengthens the muscles, the tissue holding the knee. So the pain will go.
Okay, someone is asking, says, I think you already answered this question, but let me still ask. It says, Faith from Kaduna, that she does not feel much around her hands and her legs. Is weak, that she doesn't feel them sometimes. It's numb.
Okay.
What could be the problem? Basically, what you said earlier. But just go
Yeah,
ahead.
somebody can have nerve root compression from the
Nerve root.
cervical, from the neck. So that can cause numbness. That can cause weakness. So we usually advise, if you are having such, then either you see your physiotherapist or you see a spine surgeon or a neurosurgeon or an orthopedic to find out what's actually happening, a neurologist. So by the time you see them, they can recommend you to go for a cervical MRI. So if you do that, we now find out what is happening. Is it that there is nerve root compression? Is it a monoparesis, which is a kind of stroke that affects only one limb? So you need a neurologist to find out
To
what
look
is
at
actually
this. Okay, my time is almost out. But quickly, if I wear knee band, like this person is asking me here, I didn't put his name, and I wear it consistently, will I still have the same problem as the someone?
Yes, definitely.
Okay, so we should wear it for a particular
wear it
time.
for a particular. If you are having pain, that's when you wear it.
Okay.
If you're not having pain,
If you don't have pain,
why should you wear it?
all right.
You exercise, the pain will go down.
And Esther says she's pregnant, first trimester. What kind of exercise quickly?
Okay, first trimester, like I said, some people call it pilot, some people call it pilates. It's very good for first trimester. Jogging is good for first trimester, but don't over-exert yourself.
All right.
Don't do that in a very hot environment, which you know can lead to miscarriage.
All right. Okay.
So then do yoga. Very, very important.
Do dancing
abdominal
generally.
exercises. Do dancing.
Dancing is good, and you can dance anywhere. Trust me, you can dance in your kitchen, but don't hold knife when you're doing that. You can dance while you're watching the television. But embrace everything. And
I even dance in the office.
you can dance in the office,
I
yes.
dance in the office.
And when you're looking for one problem in the office, in your system, it works out. You can get up and dance. You praise the Lord as you're doing it. That way, you also stretch out a little bit. Thank you so much for coming. And you, my matter, your matter, I'm inside it. Two of us. I am inside your two of
We
you.
are together. Don't worry. We are
So
together.
we have entered. You people don't work out, eh? We are going to follow it up. Thank
We
you, Doctor,
dance.
for
Thank you
coming.
very much.
We dance.
Yes, we dance.
Okay,
She
so
said we dance.
we are going to schedule the dancing competition.
Okay.
When is it going to be?
I don't know.
All right, so while you're thinking about it, let's quickly say bye-bye. I'll see you again next week.
Nice one.